Good evening and a very warm welcome to the hour's news package with radio and television Tonga news for tonight. Looking at today's top stories, Acting Fire and Emergency Services Minister officially opens the 4th Commission Officers Conference this morning. Government meteorologist predicts a water shortage in the next 3 months, and police raises concern over suicide death toll in Tonga. Now for the stories in detail. The Director of the Meteorological Services of Tonga, Ofa Whanunu, predicts that in the next 3 months there will be water shortages due to the small amount of rain recorded this winter season. Mark Ake has more on that story.
In a televised program, the Director of Meteorological Services of Tonga, Whanunu, shared that Tonga is still in its winter or cold season and it is common to have less rainfall. May and June is the only months in the year that have more rainwater collected on average, but this year the rainfall that was collected did not hit the average mark. Whanunu says the average of collecting rainwater in these 2 months is 100 millimeters, but this year only 25 millimeters has been collected in May and 30 millimeters collected in June. The public is advised to use water more wisely in the next 3 months. Whanunu added that even if there is more rainfall within the next 3 months, there will still be a water shortage.
Police believe there is an urgent need to empower and strengthen the relationship of the parents and their children, and for relevant parties to be more active in stopping suicide in Tonga. There has been often suicide cases this year, all relating to relationships between couples. Tonga police are hoping that people and relevant stakeholders can be more cautious and to find the value in youth's lives. The police superintendent of Nuku'alofa police station, Felipe Fifita, said that parents need to spend more time with their children so they can feel more comfortable and open up to them when they are facing problems. He adds it's very important to bring families together and talk to the children and share with them about the significance of life and enlighten them on how precious their lives are and to make wise decisions. Not only that, but make them feel they are loved and make sure they don't feel left out at home. Fifita says special attention is towards young adults as they are the future of the nation when we need to work together to address this problem. The Acting Minister of the Fire and Emergency Services, Honourable Samiu Kuitavaipulu, officially opened the 4th Commission Officers Conference of the Tonga Fire and Emergency Services this morning. The conference brings together the ministry's head of departments and units, including the Commission officers from the outer islands, to discuss certain issues of the department's role and responsibilities as it starts the 2022-2023 fiscal year. This special conference for the Commission officers began in 2019 when the Department of Fire and Emergency Services began operating as a separate ministry after being under the operation of the Ministry of Police. The theme for this year's conference highlights the importance of preparedness and resilience. The Fire Commissioner Vliamitu Halamaka said the theme of this year is always prepare and do your best in the present for a successful result in the future, which aims to educate the staff of the Tonga Fire Services of how vital their services are and their responsibilities on ensuring the public safety from fire hazards. He added the conference will also highlight the ongoing planning of a 10-year resilient strategic plan for the Tonga Fire and Emergency Services. The Tonga Fire and Emergency Services work together with the National Planning Unit of the Prime Minister's Office and the Public Service Commission to facilitate this year's conference. The conference is currently held at the Whaonelua Convention Centre to conclude tomorrow, with 21 Commission officers participating. New Zealand Tongan tenor singer Felipe Manu has been selected as one of 5 finalists for the 2022 Lexis Song Quest, the Aotearoa's most acclaimed opera competition. The winner will be charged live during solo performances this Saturday, the 23rd of July. Alice Tupo takes up that story.
Your hands lie open in the long, fresh grass.
Felipe has the chance to follow in the footsteps of New Zealand opera icons, including Dame Kiri de Kanawa, Dame Mavina Major, and Sautri Myers Amitai Bhatti, who have all previously won Lexis Song West and now grace stages around the world. Felipe will be joined at the 2022 Lexus Song Quest Grand Final Gala by Felicity Tompkins, Emmanuel Fonotti Fuimano, Sarah Hilbert and Amelia Berry at Wellington's Michael Fowler Centre on Saturday, where each finalist will sing one song with piano accompaniment by Terence Dennis and two arias accompanied by the New Zealand Symphony Orchestra. The winner and runner-up will be announced live on stage by the head judge, internationally acclaimed bass baritone and previous Lexus Song Quest winner Teddy Tahoe Rhodes. The prestigious competition, which began in 1956 and has opened many doors for incredible young artists across Aotearoa, is returning after a 4-year hiatus. The stakes have never been higher for the finalists, with up to 95,000 New Zealand dollars in prizes up for grabs of the night. The competition is life-changing for the winner, and all 5 finalists are in the running to take the top spot. Felipe, who identifies Kolomotua Tongatapu as his home village, has spent the last year living in Bern, Switzerland, performing as a soloist in the Bonham Bern Opera Ensemble. He is competing in the Lexus Song Quest during a holiday break back in New Zealand. He has a Bachelor of Music degree and a postgraduate diploma with a distinction from the University of Waikato, where he studied with Dame Malvina Major. For Radio and Television Tonga News, I'm Alice Tupo.
And the Food Division of the Ministry of Agriculture, Food and Forestry has now begun to enforce the Food Act 2022 in regards of stores and businesses that are still selling expired food items. Alice Tupo again with the details.
The concern is because a lot of businesses continue to sell expired food in their stocks. As the head of the Food Division, Isleli Aholele, said, they've held a number of consultations with businesses and store owners to inform and educate them about these regulations. Therefore, in the meantime, they are now enforcing the regulations to make sure they comply with the regulation provided in the Food Act 2020. It is estimated that fines that businesses selling expired goods can face fines of up to 1,000 pa'anga or more. The Food Division continues to remind the public to be cautious when purchasing items and to always check on the expiry date beforehand. Reporting for Radio and Television Tonga News, I'm Alice Tupo.
Sports is up next with Mark Ake, brought to you with thanks to the kind sponsorship of Pacific Timber in Hardware.
To netball, Tonga is currently dealing with COVID-19, the rhinovirus, and influenza A. However, there has been a recent outbreak of the very contagious Tala fever. The national women's netball team has taken the kingdom by storm once again after a brief hiatus since March. The Tala fever began on Tuesday when they took down Tifa Moana, and last night it developed into a stronger variant when they shut down the Fiji Pearls 59 points to 29 in Suva. The team was led by Hulita Veve, and they proved once again that their successful Pacific Isle series wasn't a fluke. Tatala's sharpshooter Unique Pahlavi starred throughout the fixture before being replaced in the fourth quarter. Vika Koloto starred in the final 2 quarters. Mariana Rusivakula was the Pearls' best player last night. In last night's other fixture, the Cook Islands downed Papua New Guinea 60 points to 48. Tatala will face Papua New Guinea tonight at 8:30.
That wraps up this evening's news package, but before we part, here's one final look at today's top stories. Acting Fire and Emergency Services Minister officially opens the 4th Commission Officers Conference this morning. Government meteorologist predicts a water shortage in the next 3 months, and police raises concern over suicide death toll in Tonga. And that's it for tonight. Thank you for your company. I'm Paula. Good evening.